girls, we have been learning that the Bible is God's words for us today, and that the Bible is completely infallible, free of errors, and eternal, that lasts forever. But we need to know more than just what the Bible is. We need to know what it says. Let's review our memory verse. All scripture is God-breathed and is useful for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness. 2 Timothy 3:16. Remember, the Bible is divided into books, chapters, and verses. These divisions are given to us to help us find quickly the scripture passages we are looking for. Some Bibles print the words of Jesus in red letters instead of black letters, so we can easily see what Jesus said. The first major part of the Bible, the Old Testament, came first in time and was written down in Hebrew. Later, the New Testament was brought by Jesus and was written down in Greek. The first complete English translation of the Bible was printed in 1384. It was Wycliffe translation. A familiar English translation is the King James Version, first released in 1611. When the English language changed, other newer translations were made, including the Revised Standard Version in 1952, the New American Standard Bible in 1970, today's English version in 1976, the New International Version or NIV in 1978, and the Contemporary English Version in 1995. The New International Version or NIV was translated as closely as possible to the original Hebrew and Greek. We have many books to help us understand the Bible. For example, if you wanted to read a Bible verse and couldn't remember where it was, you could use a concordance, which is a book that lists Bible verses by keywords. Some Bibles at the end have a concordance. Let's think of a word that stands out in our memory verse. How about righteousness? A concordance lists all the scripture references which contain that word. The concordance lists a phrase from the scripture reference. For our memory verse, the phrase listed in the concordance is for correction, for instruction, in order. The word righteousness is not spelled out, but shortened to only the first letter to save space. Study Bibles are different from concordances. The notes explaining the scripture passages are given usually on the same page as the scripture passage. The footnotes in the Study Bible help us understand a passage more clearly. A Bible dictionary lists words just like a regular dictionary, but the words come from the Bible and the definitions are more like explanations. A Bible atlas gives maps of the parts of the Bible that they lived. Many countries do not have Bibles as we do, either because of poverty or because the Bibles have been outlawed. With so many Bible helps available to us, we are privileged to be able to study the Bible. Remember, girls, to download the worksheet down in the comments, and I'll see you next week.